Hello, in this video you will see a presentation of two modules in OBS ERP, projects and tasks. The main purpose of the modules is project management. OBS ERP achieves that goal by providing you instant access to key data needed to manage projects in real time. You will have reports showing the status of all active projects, a project budget dashboard showing the deviations between projected and actual costs, PMI index dashboard, and different types of visualization of project schedules, such as calendar Gantt and Kanban. Now, let's see how all of this works in OBS ERP. The first step is to access the module projects and add a new record. By clicking Save, the system gives us a hint of what the mandatory fields for filling in are in order to proceed: project name and internal project leader. Other important fields are billing method, fixed price or time material, and project group, which gives access to the current project only to people who are in the project group. The remaining fields give us an opportunity to set dates and introduce the scope and the background of the project. Now let's fill in all those fields, and continue with the next step, input of information into the submodules, which are located on the bottom of the page. First of all, we are going to establish the milestones of our project. To do this we need to click on Project Milestones, select our first milestone, give the start and end date, and add summary if needed. Next, we can set our second milestone and make it dependent on the first one. That means that the current project phase cannot start if the previous one hasn't been finished. Furthermore, if we change the dates of the first milestone, due to a delay, the system will automatically move the second phase as many days ahead, as we have moved the first one. Ultimately, the dates of all related tasks under project phase 1 and 2 will be changed accordingly. Now let's fill all the project milestones, and continue with the next step, which is introducing the members of the project team. Submodule team members is connected to module staff and contacts, so basically you can enter both, employees from your company, and people outside of your company. Our team is ready, and we can enter the main risks and goals related to our project. When it comes to risks, we describe it in set probability and the impact. When it comes to goals, we set the goal and completion criteria. Next two submodules are related to the project budget. In external budget we can enter the costs for materials, products, or services for subcontractors. Let's project an expense for product testing, and after we will see the next submodule. In internal budget, you will have the system auto-populated all the information in the related to the project tasks. Currently, there is no need to create records here, so let's see how we can create tasks for the different project milestones, set estimated hours for completion, and practically form our internal budget. Our first step is to click on Tasks, the last submodule in Projects. A mini window will pop up, where we have to click on Add Task. By clicking Save, the system will give us a hint of what the mandatory fields for filling in are in order to proceed: task name, and assignee. Other important fields for filling in are the following ones: details, start and end date, a reminder if needed, the project milestone under which this task is, and probably the most important one, estimated hours. That's where the internal budget is being formed from. Lastly, you can relate the task not only to service, but to product or material as well. We saved our first task, and now we can verify if a record in internal budget was created. There it is. We can see a short recap of every task to the project team, estimated hours, type of service, and grade the employees who are going to execute the task. Now, we will go back to tasks and create a second one related to the second milestone of the project. The second task is ready, so let's see what options the menu gives us. First, we can add a colleague in contact and invite them to this task. Next, we can track time, as well as we can track materials if such were introduced in the task. Last, we have the opportunity to create one or more checklists. No task could be completed if all the subtasks in the checklist are not marked as done. At this point, we have already created a project, introduced milestones, created tasks and tracked time. For the purpose of showing the project dashboards and reports which OBS ERP provides, I will create a couple of more tasks in less than a second. As well as I will close successfully a couple of them and track time. Currently, we have 17 tasks in our project, 8 of which are completed successfully, and time has been tracked. Now, let's open again Module Projects, and see all the features we dispose of. This is the homepage of projects, which shows us all our projects by type, status, and project groups. At the moment, we have only one project, so the current graphs are not that interesting. However, you can fully customize the homepage, creating various charts and graphs with a few clicks. For instance, let's create a pie chart, showing us all the projects by clients. Next, let's click on Projects, and visualize the table view of the projects. Here, we can find information on project progress, completed tasks, all tasks, completed hours, and estimated hours. Now, let's open our project and see how we can visualize the schedule. We have a calendar view, which is more convenient for tasks whose duration is less than a day. Next, we have a task list, which represents all the tasks included in the project, in a table view. Then, we have a Gantt chart, which is the same visualization that we see in submodule tasks. Finally, we have Kanban cards, which shows us all the project tasks under their statuses. We can easily move a task from one status to another, as well as track time. Now, let's go back to the table view of projects, and see what options the fast buttons give us there. First, we have a shortcut to the linear schedule, also known as Gantt chart. Then, the other button directs us to the project dashboard, where you can observe the project progress in real time. At the top, you can see a comparison between internal and external cost, breakdown of external expenses, and breakdown of time tracked by the project team. At the middle, you'll find a detailed summary of both of the project budgets, external and internal. At the bottom, you can see a breakdown of external expenses, and the time which has been tracked by our project team by now. Now, let's go back to OBS homepage, and see the last BI feature, which is PM indexes. It shows us 3 indexes: Schedule Performance Index, Effort Index, and Cost Performance Index, which ranges vary from 0 to 2. First, the Schedule Performance Index indicates how efficiently you are actually progressing compared to the planned project schedule. In our case it is 0.56, less than 1, so in other words we are currently behind schedule. If the SPI equal to 1 the pace would be just fine, and if it was above 1 we would be pacing too fast. Then, the effort index indicates us the ratio between all the tracked hours on the project, and all estimated hours. That shows us how accurately we have planned and budgeted our tasks. In our project the EI is 0.68. That means we have used 68% of the resources we have budgeted for about 50% project progress, which is not the best case scenario for a project. Finally, the Cost Performance Index helps you to analyze the efficiency of the cost utilized by the project. It measures the value of the work completed, compared to the actual cost spent on the project. If the ratio has a value higher than 1, then it indicates the project is performing well against the budget. A CPI of 1 means that the project is performing on budget. A CPI of less than 1 means that the project is over budget. In our project the Cost Performance Index is 0.83, which means we are currently over budget. And that was the last dashboard with which OBS ERP helps tracking projects. In this video you just saw how to create a project, add milestones, create and assign tasks, form internal and external budgets, and monitor the progress of all your projects in real time. Enhance your project time tracking, and gain access to smart dashboards and powerful reports with OBS ERP. Thanks for watching.